Hello and welcome back to Star Wars Talks, where, believe it or not, we talk about Star Wars. Today's video is going to be another what if, and today's what if is what would have happened if the Rebels had failed to destroy the first Death Star. Let's get right into it. We start as Luke is flying down the Death Star trench. Han Solo shoots the TIE fighters and Luke prepares to take his shot using the Force like Obi-Wan said. He takes a deep breath and shoots the missile. It shoots down the trench, and Luke and Han peel away, waiting for the Death Star to blow up. Nothing happens. Then they see a green beam shoot out of the Death Star, and the planet of Yavin 4 instantly blows up into a million tiny pieces. Almost the entire rebellion was on that planet. So many emotions fly through Luke at that moment, but one sticks with him more than the others: pure panic. Leia was on that planet, and now because of his failure, she was dead. He had failed the whole galaxy. Because of him, the Empire would surely rule the galaxy forever. However, Luke had to snap back into action as three more TIE fighters come after him and the Millennium Falcon. Luke and Han fly around, dodging the TIE fighters' blasts. Luke manages to maneuver around and destroy one of the TIEs. Han also takes out another TIE fighter. The final TIE manages to clip Luke's X-Wing, which sends him spiralling. Just before Luke crashes into the Death Star, he manages to get his X-Wing under control. The TIE prepares to finish off Luke when the Millennium Falcon shoots the final TIE. Luke manages to connect his comlink to the Millennium Falcon, and he and Han agree that they need to jump to a random system. Luke hears Obi-Wan's voice in his head. He tells him to go to the Dagobah system. However, Luke is reluctant to listen to Obi-Wan, as his last command got the whole rebellion destroyed. Obi-Wan once again tells him to go to Dagobah, but this time with more command in his voice. Luke gives in and tells Han to jump to the Dagobah system. Before Han can question on why he chose Dagobah, Luke makes the jump and Han has to follow. They exit hyperspace above the green planet of Dagobah. Luke flies down to the planet with Han questioning him as to why they've come here. Luke tells him that Obi-Wan told him to, which only confuses Han even more as he believes Obi-Wan is dead. Han begins to think that the loss of everyone has driven Luke mad. They land on the planet and get out into the creature-infested planet. Luke, Han and Chewie all share a look as they remember Leia. Han once again questions Luke on why they came, and Luke tells him that he doesn't really know why. The trio then hear footsteps, and they turn to see a small green figure walking towards them. Luke reaches out for his lightsaber and Han for his blaster. The green figure tells them that they won't need their weapons. He tells them that he is Yoda, the Grand Master of the old Jedi Order. Luke, after a moment of contemplation, starts begging for Yoda to train him. Yoda is reluctant to train him, seeing how emotional he is though. Then, a shimmering blue light can be seen, and the Force ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi appears. Everyone apart from Yoda is stunned into silence. Obi-Wan manages to persuade Yoda to train Luke, and they begin right away. Han, with nowhere else to go, decides to stay and act as moral support for Luke. Luke and Yoda intensely train for the next year, with Han and Chewie occasionally going off-world to get supplies. However, the constant training took a toll on Yoda, and after a year, he died and became one with the Force. Luke and Han knew what they had to do now. They had to go kill Vader and the Emperor, and put an end to the Empire after failing to destroy the Death Star. Luke, Han, and Chewie got into the Falcon and shoot off Dagobah. They exit hyperspace, and the Death Star looms over them, taunting them for their previous failure. They didn't even need the tractor beam to bring them in. They fly straight towards it. They enter the hangar and they blast every last stormtrooper in there and land. The trio get out and prepare themselves for the danger that they are about to face. They race through the halls, blasting and slashing through the stormtroopers until they arrive at the throne room. When they enter, panic races through them. They only expected Vader to be there, but Emperor Palpatine was there with an evil sneer on his face. He sees the shock and fear on the trio's face and begins to cackle. He tells them that he foresaw that they would come to the Death Star. Han shoots a blast at the Emperor, but he swats his hand and the blast gets flung to the side. He gets to his feet, and with another swat to his hand, Han and Chewie get flung down the reactor shaft to their death. Anger races through Luke. Han and Chewie had been his only friends for the past year. Without thinking, Luke ignites his lightsaber and races for the Emperor. Vader stops in front and they begin to duel. Luke's pure rage fuels him, and his strength, speed, and aggression are too much for Vader. Luke, not knowing Vader is his father, doesn't hold anything back, and after a while, Vader fatigues and Luke plunges his lightsaber through Vader, killing him. Luke had turned. The Emperor had won. Luke strides forward, ready to kill Palpatine. Just before Luke strikes him down, Palpatine reveals that Vader was his father. Luke stops as he thinks about this. He just killed the man he looked up to his whole life, the man he'd idolised, the man he wanted to be. This drives Luke insane. He felt responsible for the death of Leia and the rest of the rebels. He'd just seen his two best friends for the last year die in front of his eyes. The Jedi had lied to him, and he'd just killed his own father. He falls to his knees, broken. Palpatine cackles and places a hand on Luke's shoulder and tells him that he will now take his father's place at his side. That's what I believe would have happened if Luke had failed to destroy the Death Star. Please like, subscribe and click the notification bell. Thanks for watching this video and goodbye.